everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Wednesday. Here with your twin flame energy check-in. So I did something a little bit different today. I mean, we did do the divine masculine feminine spread, head, heart, 3D space. I had to clarify some cards because I wanted to make sure that I understood completely what was going on. We have future energies with some messages from the Lenormand on the future and the connective energies. And then we have some advice from the universe. And then I did pull 3 cards from the Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited deck just on messages for the masculine, the feminine, and the connection. Okay, so I'm going to say that we are definitely completing a cycle here in the connection. Um, we're definitely also in a period where the masculine is probably going through some of his final changes in some of the behaviors that did not serve him or that he was stuck or shackled to. The feminine is, I feel like she's doing okay. She's ready for this cycle to complete as well. We got the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands, 3 times in this reading. It came up in his 3D space, her heart space, and their future energies. And I just feel like, and for the connective card, we got the Goddess of Strength. And it's just, if you guys know about the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands is all about, it's this wounded energy, right? It's very much like you've hung in there, you've been determined, you're frail, like this journey has been long, you are exhausted, but you still have it in you to continue. And I like that he has it, she has it, it's in their future energy. They're going to keep moving forward. So I like that. The other thing I want to point out is that we have the Five of Wands twice in his energy and then once in hers. What I'm really getting with that Five of Wands energy, and I'll go through this, but I just wanted to tell you guys at a high level, is that I really feel like this is remember how we've been going through this alignment where they're becoming more vibrationally aligned, right? They're coming to this higher vibration. So while that's great that they're coming to this higher vibration, there's still very much this kind of power play. The Five of Wands is it's a good card. It's not always a shadow. So this is kind of like around, like they finally have an equal match in each other. Okay, there's not this imbalance, right? He's risen up to king, she's been in her queen status, and now it's like, yes, they're partners, they're equals, but there is still, right, because we have some ego energy that's going to come out for both of them, for her and for him, that, there's this little bit of a power play. Okay, there's a little bit of a competition. People are rising up to the challenges in their power. And also, I really feel like for the masculine side, he probably hasn't ever been with a queen before, right? And maybe for her too. Maybe she hasn't really been with somebody who's been like a king status. And so, they're kind of like trying to figure out how to manage this equal mentality, this equal Nine of Wands energy. Like, I'm going to hang in there. We're determined, like this equal strength, this desire, this challenge, this equal meeting of the minds, equal meeting of the hearts, and equal meeting of the spirit. I really feel like they're working through that conflict, and that's why we have these Five of Wands and these Nine of Wands. And wands are all about passion and energy, and so I really feel like they're passionate about each other, which creates this Five of Wands, right? Which creates this kind of conflict. He wants her to see his point of view, she wants him to see hers, and so there's a little bit of a clash, because I also feel like, because we have a lot of nines on the table, they are used to being independent. They're used to calling the shots in their own lives. And so now that they've kind of come together, they're really working out the kinks. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I said that before we go through with the reading. The other thing that I want to tell you is, again, if you guys are interested in booking your own personal session with me, please do so as soon as possible, because I do plan to take the last 2 weeks in December off for the holidays. So if you guys want to get in and get added to my schedule, and now is a great time to do so. So if you want to book a session, please go to queenoflight1111.com to book your session. And also, thank you all for the messages that you've been sending me lately about, how the journey has helped, how the readings have helped you. I love that. I love seeing all your messages. I get so many, so it's very difficult to respond to everybody, but I want you to know that I've read them and I see them, and I'm extremely, extremely appreciative. So thank you so much for sending me those messages. And again, please, if you want to get on my calendar, it's best to book as soon as possible so I can get you in before I take off for the holiday season. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, let's get started. Bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine with the Devil card. Okay, so I was like, oh my God, I got a kind of a triggering card for me when in his headspace, and then we got the Devil card, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that's why I did some clarifications. So the Devil is not bad, okay? It's like the shadow side of the Lovers, right? So this is about desire. It's about materialism. It's about the ego. It's not always, like some readers say, it's like being bound or shackled or stuck. It's not always about that. Sometimes it's about being very, very connected to the material world. And as you know, this masculine has been working on his pentacles, okay? He's been working on his pentacles. There's also, desire for this feminine, and he's very much 3D based at this time, okay? He wants his stuff to manifest in the 3D in addition to his relationship with his feminine. So he's working on his pentacles. He's, trying to balance out this power play between him and his divine feminine. There's this desire to have reciprocity. And he's healing a lot of things too. So the Devil card in his underlying energy, I don't get that he's stuck. I really get it that he is definitely focusing in the 3D world. Okay, he's very much in the 3D world. He's focusing on his money, his material well-being. Okay, so and that's maybe has even been communicated to you. So he's very much focused in the 3D. So she's got the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups is, this knight in shining armor swoops in, sweeps her off her feet, right? It's not the King of Cups. You know how I feel about the knights, especially when it's not a new relationship. But there's this swooping in energy. There's this swooping in. He's swept her off her feet, and she's still kind of wanting to make sure that he communicates. I will tell you, spoiler alert, he shows up at the King of Cups in the future, so I love that. So it didn't worry me too much. Fine, sweep her off her feet all you want, but make sure that you're going to root yourself in this relationship, and we're going to get that. So that's the bottom of the deck for the masculine and the feminine. I would give you the bottom of the deck for the clarifiers for what I did for the two cards that I had questions on, but I think I forgot, because the vice versa, it's not truly a back of, the bottom of the deck, because it's, there's not really a back side of the card like these, right? So I think it was the King of Cups, but I'm not going to commit to it. But, if it was, great, then, then it's just a dupe card. But it's either that or it's the Sun. But I think it's the King of Cups, so just added info for you guys there, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Divine Masculine's headspace. Let me get this together because I had clarifiers in here. Okay, when the Divine Masculine is thinking about his feminine, what is he thinking? Ace of Wands. First card that flew out for this whole spread, Ace of Wands. I love that we are still in the aces because the first card that flew out for the feminine in her headspace is the Ace of Pentacles. So they both want this new beginning. Okay, they both want it. Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, new and improved beginnings, new passionate beginnings. So he's very much in this desirous type of energy too, right? Wands are fire, wands are passion. He's got the devil's energy. He's focused on the 3D, right? So he's very much like he's passionate about his feminine, and he wants this new beginning with her. The next card that came out was the Seven of Swords, and that's my trigger card. I hate the Seven of Swords, but the Seven of Swords is, not just about deception or cheating. It's about strategy. So let's, but I was just like, still, I operate in the shadow with this card. So I was like, I gotta clarify this darn card. So new beginning, new passion, new beginning. And then boom, Seven of Swords comes out. And I was like, what the hell? So he wants this new beginning, but he's holding something back. But you know what? He's not holding something back. What we actually got with the vice versa tarot, okay? This cheating energy, okay? It was cheating energy before. And so he wants this new and improved beginning. But with the Seven of Swords being clarified by the Ace of Swords and then the Nine of Pentacles, what I really got was, and I'm going to tell you because I want to make sure that I give it to you straight from the book too, so it's not just like my own interpretation. But this side of the Versa, okay, for the Ace of Swords, it says that this eagle, this is an affirmation, okay, that he is going to be successful and have clarity and proceed with empowerment, okay? And then when it's clarified then further clarified by the Nine of Pentacles on this side of the Versa, it very much says that finding peace in solitude, being alone, okay? Finding peace in solitude is easier for some people than others, but it is necessary for all. Your home is your sanctuary, and this card this card encourages you to enjoy its benefits of renewal and wholeness. There is a difference between withdrawing out of fear or exasperation and withdrawing in order to come back to your true self. Tend your own garden for a while and let others tend theirs. So what I got was he is going into this period of solitude, like changing. He's found clarity from this behavior, okay? He is found clarity. He's going to be successful in overcoming this type of behavior. He has withdrawn from connections that did not serve him, if you're going to go back to the devil's energy, and he is going into his sanctuary to find peace and healing. So I really like that. The other thing that I loved, okay, was that we have a 1 and a 9, and that's a 10, okay? That's a 10. It means that we are ending this cycle of this deceptive, cheating type of behavior. And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert because when she got the Moon as her last card, she also has a 9 and a 1 and a 10, because this is about secrets, sometimes underhanded behavior, mystery, and that's closing out too, okay? So I just love that they're very much cycling out this energy where the masculine, acted inappropriately in the past, right? Let's just be real. He acted inappropriately. This connection had third-party situations, karmic partners, dishonesty, deception. And so we're now at a place, I love it, that we are completing this cycle. We are ending this cycle. And again, not to do spoiler alert, but we have the World card in their connective energy and their future energies. They're definitely completing the cycle of this behavior. So, new and improved beginning, abandoning these cheating ways, okay? And reunion, right? So 3 cups. I didn't like it when I got it with the 7 of Swords, but after I clarified it, what I'm getting is like he's going to come out of this period of solitude and this change and have this continued reunion, okay? 3 cups is about coming together and celebrating and enjoying and He wants this, a time with his feminine to, enjoy her, to, go out with her, to reunite and have fun and get out of this constant conflict, okay? And then in his headspace, he has the star. The star is beautiful. The divine is assisting him, okay? The star is also about divine assistance, assisting him in this behavior that he is coming out of. And this is also his hope for the connection, okay? He has great hope for this connection. So now in her headspace, this is where I also got this kind of battle of the minds, okay? So Ace of Pentacles, she wants a solid new offer. This is a repeat card in the future. So she wants this solid new offer from who? From her King of Pentacles, okay? But I feel like she's retreated a little bit with the Four of Swords energy. I feel like, there's like some healing that she's doing. She's retreated a little bit. We don't have a lot of conflict other than their power struggles with each other. But I do feel like, because she is in this Moon's energy and because he has this Seven of Swords that he's cycling out of, I feel like she's healing. The Four of Swords is healing those things in her heart space, okay? But she's still in her power. She shows up as the Queen of Wands. She's in her power. She's in her independence. She's in her pride a little bit, right? I mean, in the shadow side, we have a little bit of pride and ego with the Queen of Wands. And so, while she sees him as, this independent, fiery alpha type of male, maybe, right? She's like, I'm standing in my power too. And I feel like this is where they get into that Five of Wands battle, right? So they really need to figure out how to communicate without triggering each other too much, okay? So that's in her head space. In his heart space, we have the Five of Wands. So in his heart, he's got inner conflict. He does, okay? Because he's still processing out this behavior. This is also conflict with his feminine. And this is also like rising up to the challenge of being a king, okay? So that he's kind of in this inner turmoil a little bit. But Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords comes out quick. He comes out fighting. He comes out blunt. His words are not necessarily eloquent, but he speaks the truth, okay? The Knight of Swords speaks the truth. And so, this is not like the Knight of Wands who's like, Casanova, will try to, that kind of energy. This is very much the Knight of Swords. So, while he's challenging you, fighting with you, he's coming out blunt or not necessarily, polished in his words. He is telling you the truth. And he then, in his heart space, wants to be able to give equally and receive equally, okay? He's ready to receive. And he wants this Four of Wands. Four of Wands is in his heart space. I love that we have that. This is more passion, more energy around that. But this is a card of commitments. This is a card of marriages. This is a card of contracts. This is a card of deep commitments. This is a card, of really coming together. A lot of readers also say this is the 1111 card. And so in his heart space, he's been getting the Four of Wands. He knows that she is his long-term partner, okay? And he wants something stable. He wants to put roots down with her. So now she's in a little bit of a different space, okay? Remember, she's healing with the Four of Swords in her head space. She's in her Queen of Wands energy. So in her heart space, she's, in the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away, moving away. And so I feel like that's still always in the back of her mind because there are some, she continues to be suspicious, but even though he's speaking the truth, and coming forward with the truth, as blunt as it may be, she's still like, she wants to walk away, or she's wanting to walk away from that type of behavior. I feel like she wants to walk away from this connection sometimes because the Knight of Wands came out and she's done with the Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands swoops in, romances like the Knight of Cups, right? But he's got his words. He's super passionate. He's like this, Casanova, like he's got game. So she wants to move away from that energy. And she's like, your bluntness and your truth is great. I'm not sure that I believe you because you're swooping in and I'm still trying to heal my wounds from the past. So she's really staying in her power as the Empress And then with the Nine of Wands, like she's not going to give up, right? So when I got this Eight of Cups, I was like, yeah, wow. But when I got the Nine of Wands at the end, I really feel like she's in her queen power, and that's what's keeping her there, this Empress and Queen of Wands energy. If we didn't have that, I would feel, and the Nine of Wands, I would feel like she's walking away from the connection. But I feel like she's like, you know what? Gonna give this a last good go at it. And so she's hanging in there. She's wounded, she's healing, but she's also determined to try to see this thing through. Okay? 3D space for the masculine. First card that came out was the High Priestess. High Priestess is the divine feminine, okay? This is someone who is unattainable, wise, intuitive, educated, super alluring, okay? Like very attractive to people. And so he sees her as, you know, I feel like he's, you know, this, he used to see her as a bunch of queens before. And I feel like she's been coming up as High Priestess because he's really elevated even more his view of his feminine. And so this is also the number 2 card, which is also looks like the number 11. So I just really feel like he's getting recognition of this connection. He's very much understanding that this is a relationship unlike any one that he has had with an equal, which is why we get 5 of Wands here, because it's just like, if he's used to being alpha, she's alpha too. And it's like, whoa, like, where do we go from here? Okay. So he's adjusting, she's adjusting, but he sees her as this, you know, very, very divine partner and connection. And he wants to move this forward, boy. He wants to move it forward. He's in the Chariot's energy again. He wants to move it forward. He wants to get on the journey. He wants to ride to her, you know, and he's very much in this energy of movement forward in the relationship. Then we have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is all about you know, again, hanging in there, determined. He's been wounded too, right? She wounds him right back with the 5 of Wands energy. She challenges him right back. But you know what? He's not going to give up either. He's not going to give up, and he will heal too, right? Temperance. The Temperance card is about healing. The Temperance card is about patience. He's also learning how to be more patient. He's becoming much more emotionally mature with this King of Cups energy. And so this is also the divine assisting them. This is also the divine helping temper this relationship, okay? Because this relationship needs to get a little bit more balanced. So in her hearts, in her 3D space, we have the Queen of Cups, okay? The Queen of Cups is compassionate, understanding. She is wise, and she's embodying this energy. She's trying to understand where he is coming from, the challenges that he's going through, the transformation that he is under. So she's trying to be compassionate around that, and she's trying to manage her own self too at the same time, okay? Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. She wants to be done with the conflict. She's over the conflict, okay? This is the conflict, 5 of Wands. So she's managing herself. She's trying to be understanding. She wants to be done with the conflict. But she still can't get over some stuff, right? Mystery, the Moon card, mystery, secrets. And she's like, what the hell is going on? Because remember, she's retreated, and because he's not fully coming in. He's got this desire, Chariot's card, to swoop in and get on this journey and take her with him, but you know, she just doesn't see him fully coming out yet. So I clarified that. The moon came out with the 9 of Wands. Man, if we got the 9 of Wands another time, I was just, oh, so this is 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Boy, this couple is like in it, okay? They're in it. Now, when the 9 of Wands came out to clarify the moon, here's what the 9 of Wands says on this side of the deck. It says, the war is over. Yay! The war is over. You've done well. There are battle scars that you will always bear, but on the whole, you've been lucky, and your skills have grown significantly through being tested again and again. Now is the time to look back and consider, what was it all about? What have you been fighting for? So This is really about this secrets, this Seven of Swords, this moon. The war is over. The cycle is completing. Remember, I told you this Wheel of Fortune, she wants it to end. He wants to heal it. He's going to be successful in moving forward from it with the world energy and their connective energy. So the war is over on secrets. Thank God. Okay. And then the next card that came out was the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Chalices, on this side, it's very positive still, and it brings gifts of love and beauty, okay? And so the interesting thing is on this side of the deck, you can see the Knight coming forward. On this side, you don't, okay? So this, again, with the moon's energy, she knows he's bringing his cup. She knows. But we're still a little in the dark, okay? So it's, this is saying beware of illusions, right? So, don't get caught up by the fairy tale. She's still going to be suspicious, and that shows up in the Lenormand message. But what I'm really getting from all this Nine of Wands energy is that they're committed to each other. They're determined to try to make it work. They want to end the cycle. He wants to be at peace with all of this. She wants to end that war that she has always going on around it. And so, in their energy, this war is over, okay? We're coming to the end of this cycle. The war is over. So now let's go to current connective energy. We have the World card. So again, we're completing cycles, okay? We're completing cycles. And then we have the Tower, but this Tower is of protection. So again, Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, they're going at it, but they're protecting, they're determined to complete the cycle, okay? So here's what we have for their connective energy. First card that flew out, Wheel, number 10. They are ending the cycle. They're going into something so much better. That's going to be lucky for them, okay? Nine of Pentacles, it's a match to his Seven of Swords clarification. The Nine of Pentacles is all about confidence, independence, success, having it all really, and having achieved it all on your own. So in this independent energy with this Wheel, like he's going to be successful. This cycle of deceit, of third party, of karmics, this cycle is ending. People have been successful over it. And who was successful? The Emperor, okay? It was him, the masculine. And so now Nine of Cups, ready to make our wishes come true. But Nine of Cups, the 9 is also another number of solitude. So we have a 9 of Pentacles and a 9 of Cups. So I just feel like this was probably his wish too. He didn't want to operate in this shitty behavior, He didn't want to operate in that type of behavior. And she certainly didn't want to live through it. So, their wishes are coming true. Her independent wish of coming into her power and ending the cycle. His independent wish of ascending and, getting rid of these types of behaviors and going through this karmic cycle. Those wishes are coming true. So now, Six of Pentacles in his heart space. Now they can give and receive equally. So again, when I get two cards with the Emperor card, 9 of Pentacles in his space, 6 of Pentacles in his space, he is the Emperor. What I really feel like, again, in this reading, he is driving the connective energy. His transformation is driving where they are today. And he wants to end the cycle. They both want it. And they want to give and receive equally. Okay, I'm going to go to the Lenormand on the current connection. So remember, they want to protect their relationship. Who? The man. This is the Emperor again. So these are not clarifying cards, but drive home messages for the current connective energy. So this man who was withholding information, okay, is now offering his love and his heart and his love. Okay,